All right, guys, we are now ready. The teams are chomping at the bit to get into this one, and it is going to be a northern drop, as we can see, heading right down from north to south, it seems. Maybe a little bit towards that ferry pier almost, as well as the final destination, but it means that there's a lot available. You could be seeing some long play as well out towards Novo, Milta, Lipovka, Mansion, all up for grabs if, of course, they get those cars going. But Severny is going to be busy. Georgopol is going to be teaming. Pachinki even might have a couple of plays towards it. Zaki is there as well. Many, many options here. But we are finally into this one, it does seem. 80 alive. Hopefully, nothing else goes wrong. So this should be a good one. I'm going to just keep my eyes on seeing where certain people go, see if there's any surprises. TSM, even in their videos, saying they do like going towards Georgopol, the safety of it, that can be there by the walled-off areas towards the north. We are seeing, I think I saw Break or maybe Smack heading over that way. Andy heading out towards the west side. Yeah, so we've got the other TSM boys going for the military base. I'm just going to see if they can get it far enough. They can land if they do the long swing all the way over, or they can go to the 3 garages on its own towards the west side. So a couple of players towards good old Pachinki, and that's going to be a Dren, actually. The CS boys going for this one, and why not? This is very much their sort of caliber. This is the close quarter combat I'd be expecting. They could also go for the car, so they've gone for the high, I guess it's a high percentage to get this car, but they might not use it. Surprising they go to Pachinki and then just get the car and go. Certainly possible, but you've got time to get the loot going. Try and get something decent. Don't you dare miss that Panda Dren. Get back to work. And a couple of pistols. Even, especially at this point, this early in a game, pistols, shotguns, anything you can gather in the likes of Pachinki is very, very viable. You do have the other Cloud9 guys over towards, I guess, the further east side of the town, so it's going to split it in two. If you look at it that way, Cloud9 probably have more loot to gather. Already got a rifle on Chappie as well. A couple of players split throughout the fields here too, and we see the long shoots coming in. Still up in the air, a couple of players. They might be looking towards the east side of Yosnaya. You could have Mansion, Lipovka all available, and a couple of late players coming in here. But all in all, Cloud9, I don't think they'll be messing with Mythic too much at the moment. They're very much polarized to each side. They don't have too much to really fight over just yet until they cross that main road and they head maybe towards the church. But we've got to see where that first circle comes towards. But right now, loot-wise, Cloud9 are far better stacked, both have ARs, and okay, so it's a northwestern circle, so we're going to have to see movement coming in from the south side. We have a lot of the Brit players over there. We've got Oshi, Serenity, we have TSM, but it does look as though Oshi and Serenity might be the first to that military base. I like the way Panda as well, that team, they can head out towards the east, get to Novo. It's a long way, but it's a really worthwhile time.
Tell you what, there's a good grouping over here near Pachinki, though. You've got several over in the barns, you've got a couple just to the east of them also. As you mentioned earlier on, Cloud9, definitely the better geared guys. However, we're seeing a Dren there. Anger still with a pistol. A Dren's finally got himself an AR in the form of a Scar, so he can take a fight should they want to bring it. But honestly, Cloud9 being the players that they are, I don't think they'll want to push it. They'll just happily loot up here. We're just seen a kill actually come in, and that was from one of the players, either Anger or Punirad, from the Copenhagen guys. The actual crew themselves, the real team that we've seen before, they've just taken down one. So one person's fired. Didn't catch in the kill feed exactly who it was, but they do indeed draw first blood. It's going to be a nice shoddy in hand as well, just checking more buildings. You can see over the ridge there are several people. It looks like a fight has already gone down on those players. Well, we've just seen on the ridge there beyond the hill in the spec mode, because one of them's half health. So if we move on over there, we'll take a look exactly who's been tanked up, because these guys are just looting double shotguns in hand. There's no real reason to keep on board with this, so we'll move across, get you some more different POVs at home and see what's going down across the bigger map. If you can actually take a look at the map as well very soon, we'll be able to show you guys more so what's going down in bigger format. 2 people will be running into apartments. 2 people already there. Don't mess
with WTCN at these apartments. Hotted learned the hard way, and we might have some more victims here. You've got Lex and Flom over towards the school. And let's see if Ron's going to get here in time. If they might just run up on these guys. This could be very awkward. Obviously, they don't know where they are. AR rifles,
they're going to the same building.
This could be a bloodbath coming in here.
As they're walking in, that's Dingus Khan and Juan. We'll see another person in there. Juan's just going to get himself in. He's very, very cautious. Oh, there we go. Bullets come in. He will fall. Dingus Khan goes down. Look for these guys to probably push on this one. They know that if they see one completely undergeared, they'll know the other one will be as well. As we see the other bullets coming in, takes one to the back. They walk in. They're going to use him as bait for just a second. They finish him off now. WTCN takes another face. We saw yesterday these guys were absolutely beast mode. He's running for his life, but unfortunately he could be running into buildings, Pansy, that have already been looted.
He has nothing as well. These guys are hot on his heels, and they know that he's going to have his back to the wall, sweating bullets at this point. And it's just find anything you can. It's so hard to find any gun at this point. He might even want to just try and escape if he can make it, but these guys, they are hungry for this kill. They want it.
Checking the rooms.
Why not? This is their apartments. They've already shown so much dominance. He might just always caught a glimpse of them. So he's going to try and avoid them as best he can, keep them away from being able to be on vision. But did they spot him? I think you're seeing Mithrane there calling it out as well. He's probably spotted this on that wall run. It's a safe run to a degree, but they're closing in. They can smell the blood. He's got a shotgun. He can maybe defend himself, but Mithrane is close. He's closing in as we speak, door by door, step by step. But can Juan do anything to hold them off here?
He's going to sit back though, but he's got that shotgun up close and personal. It's going to absolutely tear these players in two, so they need to be very careful how they approach it.
This is where sound becomes imperative. He's going to hear the steps, he's going to hear the doors. They don't hear this. They're going to go in and be secondary to all of this, so we need to see how loud we can get this one for ourselves. We need to hear it as clearly as we can. He's practicing the movement if they run in.
He's ready for it. He's ready to take the fight. But then again, you've got a bit. He knows that these people are chasing him. He knows they're below him. He can hear them running around. We'll just wait on this one. We'll see where it goes. It might even be able to get you the spec mode up any second, so we can try and get the outlines of where the players are going to be coming. Oh,
here we go.
Look
this
how
is
close
it.
they are.
He set the trap. He's going to get nervous. You know your heart's beating as this happens. He needs to land these shots back to back.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Go back.
Don't you do this. We need to wait. I don't care if there's other kills. I want to see if they check this room, or will he get away with murder? Surely they're going to check on this. He's hearing them so close by. He's practicing that left to right motion, waiting for them to come in, but they're not there. Maybe they don't think he's gone this far. Maybe they're starting to think, oh, he's left. He's surely got to have left by now. We haven't seen him just yet.
And he's not moved as well, so he's given away no sound or indication that he's still in this building. They haven't. They've gone to the little outside one. They've gone. They are completely out, so for now, he's safe. Look, they've no idea where he is. They're crouching down. They're checking all doors. They think he's moved on.
Now, this is the issue, though. If you're let's say you're the more alpha of the two kind of teams there, their looting has been slowed down. It's been annoyed. There's now just a player near you somewhere that you don't know where they are, so now it's going to be awkward for them to comfortably loot. They might just leave the area completely. But then again, this guy, he's pretty screwed himself. He's got a shotgun, bit of armor, not much else, and he's just sweating bullets at this point. Just having to just be calm and just trying to stay alive. And as soon as he steps, he's worried they can still hear him. But 78 people alive here. This action's quite slow. It's still quite timid. And you can see the difference, though. These guys, I've got to say about the Bosphorus team, they are hungry for kills. They do chase it down. They're not going to be passive. They will go for this, and I like that.
Okay, let's take a look at the map then. We've got several people down at Millie. TSM are going to have to do some serious work to get back up there. Spygear and Yamaton also down in Promos. They're going to have to need some moves. We'll bring that map up for a little bit more. We can talk about the bigger picture, try and build up this storyline of where people are going to be going. Obviously, these guys are just going to be checking buildings.
Are they going back in for this?
They want to know where he is, you know? And, I mean, fair play to him. You've got to be worried. But,
shots coming out. I'm not sure if they've 100% seen him or not. That could have been elsewhere on the map. Too sure. There's a lot of noise around there. You've got Lex, you've got Flom nearby. You have Moondite and the boys there. They're still on the hunt, it does seem. They're not going to go away just yet. And I wonder if is this the building he was in? Doors are still shut. I'm not sure if he's still looting in this one. Shotgun to hand now, very, very viable at this sort of point. He's going to be checking throughout this one. Not looted either, so he's feeling comfortable. Picked up a med pack. Surely he's not here. Still danger around for these guys.
And that's what you mentioned kind of off there when we were chatting away about dropping certain items at stairs or just leaving them as bit, you know, kind of putting some cheese out for the mice to come to. That's essentially kind of, if he doesn't pick up anything, what he's actually done. If you leave some of the gear there, I mean, he needs to get as much gear as he can. Last time we looked at him, he didn't even have a helmet. So if they come around the corner, they're going to nail him. But he does have a shotgun to fight back with. Plenty of people still kicking around. He isn't actually in the same building. Looking at the map there, so he's kind of safe.
They might just run across each other at random times. It's kind of hard to tell now. There's certainly going to be more action across the map elsewhere as that first circle will be moving in. You can tank this, though. The areas on the extremities of the map are generally high loot areas, so it's very, very viable to go for this sort of play. You can go down to Nova, you can go Millie Base, you can go Lipovka, you can go any of the high areas. I don't need to explain it to you. This is Mazzarini's teammate here, which is called Spike, is what I got told was his name, so I'm going to go for that. If I'm wrong, please do correct me. But as I said, there's a lot of fight capability throughout this map. But the extremities of the map that you'd have to travel to, which now the Blues going to be working through, are high-value areas. So you should have enough medits to be able to stimulate through it, so you should be fine.
Moving in, plenty of cover, and they can just kick back for a little bit, keep on looting over here near the ruin side. Mazzarini, I believe he actually had 4 times on that M4 also, so they've got scopes at least, got a red dot on this AK. So they've got the AR, so they can take the battles if they come their way. I think I only comp for level 1 helmets, but there is a crate over there. Now, I didn't see that drop down, so they are pretty close, but it's in the water. Fair enough, you can actually hide behind it, you can swim behind it, and if you need to go down, you can dip underneath, so you're not going to get shot, but it's getting out of the water, that's the problem. If you go into it, remember, as you wander out of that water, you are sluggish, you are slow, you're just turtling away. Hopping on board with Sweater's POV as well. Does he have his teammate with him?
Pretty sure there are already players around this area. They're quite split up at the moment, but maybe they feel confident about this, and I'm not sure why. That early drop certainly included this area. It was basically polar above them, so shouldn't be too blasted. Nice driving. Sweater. But yeah, there's definitely players nearby. Yeah, you can hear him now laying a couple of shots down. I'm so certain there were players here, and there they are. They weren't even the group that I saw at the start, so there's plenty of danger in this area and not a lot of cover to fall to. So you want to get to that kind of, I guess, sanctuary as early as you want, as early as possible, excuse me, so you can maybe lock it down. This kind of northwest area is mostly terrain, unless it closes towards Georgia Polozaki.
It looks like it was actually Jungru who was tapping him up as well. Steve-O's there. They are coming close together. Steve-O have actually got in the car, and they're now getting out. Borg's right behind him, so they're driving together, but you kind of saw on the map, they're driving into an array of people. Looks like these people have some sound, have some information. Yeah, she keeps scoping in, and she's very cautious. So there must be, you'd expect more people to be up here on this side of the map.
But you need to be this cautious in first person for me. And this, you know, this is on the other side. That, I'm pretty sure that's Vicstar's teammate on the coast. Yeah, it is. So they're very, very close by to each other. But this is what I mean. You have to be this aware. You have to be this meticulous in this sort of environment. They clearly have been making noise, because you can see there's been a buggy burnt into the water and very low HP on Vicstar there. So at the moment, they're going to be readjusting, maybe just swimming around. They don't need to commit to this. You don't want to die this early. There's no blue to pressure you. You just don't have much cover to play from. So Vernie might be there, a little bit of respite there, a bit of escape, because this Car 98 could certainly be the end of them here.
I'm about to question whether they knew exactly where they wanted. These were the people that were tanking up Victor, so they clearly have. They've been tapping him. He's had to run away. We're moving on board with Lex and Flom at the moment, taking some shots. Lex knocks out one. Here comes the advancement. Looking over there. It's always in Roz. And you always get this road battle, don't you? People kind of tend to decide where they want to drop in, Rog. You can either go to the right-hand side, just up on the hill, so you've got the height advantage, drop back near the barns, or on the opposing side, near the water tower. Now, he's running in. Yeah. He knows that this person's going to be calling for help. But as soon as he gets there, they've got to be careful, because they're going to make a run for it. Yeah, they are.
And you're going to see Vicstar and the boys making a run. He's going to try and get out of here, but we know the buggy is pretty deadly. His teammate's not in it yet. He's making a lot of noise and not staying still. This should be shot your landing, Flom. That should be every day of the week. What is going on? They're going to try and get away from this, reset the fire as best they can, but the player on the back is always vulnerable. That 4 times can still connect shots, get the crouch going. He's still standing in this one. Crouch is the modifier of accuracy. He should be doing this. Try and lead the shots there. Good job! Oh! What? That's what I'm talking about, Flom. Those are the shots I expect you to be hitting, and continues this one up. If he can get another one down, that's perfect, but his teammate is now being basically left to die on the bridge. There's no going back for him now.
Now, you leave that man to die, unfortunately. It's rough to do to your teammate, but that's the problem with the buggies. When you're on the back of them, you're an open target. Driving away, someone like Flomy's not going to miss an advantage. And when you've got a 4-time scope, there you go. Finally, Pony Rider will die. So his teammate left on his own. He's going to just run off into the wilderness. He spots 2 people, does Flom, though, just wandering around. So that's a different team whatsoever.
They're silhouetting so badly. I don't know why they're playing on the peak of the ridge here. That's really, really dangerous. But as we are seeing, actually, Sigzy and Robbins, the 2 qualifiers who are very high up, just got found by WTCN. He is playing a blinder of a game. He is just a headhunter at the moment, really providing. This is Moondai. A lot of fans out there very much supporting him, but his teammates down, going in for the revive. Hopefully he can get a clean rev here. You can see a lot of, he was trying to look around, make sure no one's pushing, but this is the danger. You have to take risks in this and think of the reward. Can I take the time to go for this? Can I expend those amount of seconds to go for the revive while there's no one pushing me? Or will I be screwed over here?
He does have full health, so he's going to kind of sit back, get this car. If he can keep moving as well, Killer Kapowski will take out Daz. That's going to be Noble, but Ollie answers back on Noble as well. So that's both Noble guys taken out by 2 different rosters there. Interesting. Moving on board with Evermore and his teammate. You remember, these guys guys have switched up duos compared to yesterday. This is now 2 solo winners playing together back to back. So we'll see how this one pans out for them. They've had some very diverse, I want to say, play styles yesterday in the duos, splitting off. Yeah. Certainly now we're in first person. You can't do that because if you get singled out, you are going to get trashed. He sees one person, opts to not go for the gunshot until his teammate gets here. I like this play, just wait for a second. Yumru now takes his position. They're actually switching things up, so he's going to go back for the UAV. Yumru comes in, that's why you would let him have it. That's going to be the Kar 98, takes down Ollie and picks him up again. Ding,
only with the
bye,
holo.
bye.
That is so impressive with the holo there, just being able to cleanly do this sort of stuff. Yumru is really impressing me. These are hard shots to hit. They are not easy. You've got to be constantly moving at this elo, especially against people like Liquid, like Ollie. You're not going to be getting away with people standing still. That's why the Kar 98, when you bang those shots out, it is damn beautiful to watch. Now the bridges are going to get exciting at this point, because that's going to be the big crunch points. The one near Roshok is going to get busy, or the southern players coming up towards the north. Here by Georgia Pol, we're already seeing this happening. So this is where you're seeing Lost Aiming and Moondai already in a bit of a scrap here. Now Borg had a blinder of a tournament yesterday. Amazing. He turned things up. He has the cover. He's got the wall fights going on in his favor, so that's going to be something to look at. We've got an AWM coming out for Ninja. Not taking the time to reload it, maybe a fast snatch and grab, getting back to safety. Then he can sort it all out, and that's what he's doing. This is up near, I guess, Savoni in the western side of things. A really nice compound, actually. You not only have the high ground, but you have good cover around you as well. So nice position to go to.
He's going to hide the bike, and he's going to go to one of these compounds. Again, you do have that building on top, and look at that. That is incredible. He didn't have a scope for it, and as soon as he goes into this garage, he finds himself an ACOG. Just looking back really quickly at that shot. Now, this was an amazing play because Evermore said, okay, I spotted these guys, but if I shoot them, they've got a chance to just run away, which is what they would have done if he wouldn't have got that kill straight away with the AR. In fact, he actually called his teammate. Gypsy, though, knocked down one, kills Spy Gia. He's going to get done from falling, so he's going to be going off the back of that. And you can just see the dead body in the car. So a couple of nice kills in the kill feed there for Luminosity.
And this compound, as I'm talking about, is one of the highly contested ones for good positioning. Again, you've got a nice little bit of, almost a ring of open ground around it. You have a three-story building where you get the rooftop. You can use either of these, super viable. And at the end of the day, you get a lot to work around. You've got a little bit of safety, so if people push up, you get to see it. You also have the trees in the distance, so you can cross out eventually in a safe aspect. Very nice building. I like Ninja playing to this spot. Luminosity have a good mentality for that, it seems. Looking over at the Noble side, this is the god tier building, if you want to call it that. Many stories. Again, a lot of open ground around them, so it's good for the Kar 98. Hard to fall off this, though. Open fields around you. There's a little... I guess a defilade, hard to kind of explain more than that, but yeah, Evermore and Yunru just lining up people and knocking them down. Julia and Sequisha now being found by those two. It looks like this is the combination of players that's going to be very powerful, very potent here.
Ridiculous does have the bullet loops on there, so it's going to be a minus 30% reload time and a minus 50% bullet spread. Does only have an ACOG. It's not an 8-time scope, but I tell you what, it'll still do the work. Exactly what you saw with Ninja with the Orm earlier on, managing to go in that building with iron sights and then pick up a 4 times.
I like this ending. It's very open. This comes to very skilled abilities, and I'm glad it's not in third person, so you can't just use the cam to look over those edges. Oh, Break, you are being a git, aren't you? Look at him. This is the TSM that I expected to see. He should be geared up to the teeth. He should be fully geared, fully looted. They've taken the time to do this. Now, it means that they're going to have to get past everyone in the south here in quite a quick manner. You've got Anger still there. You've still got the Cloud9 guys. They're playing it late. They're saying, guys, do what you want. We're just going to get there when we can. We're going to get there when we need to. The other TSM side, they're very close to the Noble boys up in the God tier building. But when you're playing like this in first person, you can do this kind of peek over the top of the ridges, play it out as smart as you can, not use the cameras to do it, but you have to commit yourself to the peak as well. But they don't have the Kar 98. They have the SKS here, but it's got an extended mag. They should be good. Very
clever what they've done by positioning the bike exactly where it is, because it means they can kind of dig in here. They've got full 360 cover. There's a couple of little gaps behind the bike, don't get me wrong, but they specifically parked it there so you can have your back up against the curvature of the wall and just create yourself this little bunker type area so you can just try and ping people, find some faces, find some shots. It's a great amount of cover, but as you mentioned, over there you've got level 3 3-tier buildings. If the people in there, they can get some easy shots, especially if they've got the sniper rifle. Doesn't matter for love nor money. If you stick your head out, unfortunately, it's going to be good night, bye-bye. Looking across now at Anger and Adren. They're going to get the health back, and they're now inside the circle. They've got a minute. They can chill. I don't really think there's much time to loot. He does need to get himself some kind of scope on this gun, even if it's just a red dot, because we do know how much of a kick the AKM does have. We'll have a look on the map as well. They do have people just in front of them, so they have to be careful. Meanwhile, so does POB. That's an 8 times on an AKM. This could do some very nasty damage.
Yeah, but look at the minimap right now. There's another team watching them, and there's a really nice spot on those ruins just in the corner. It's got full 360 cover, and you can peek up above it. Not as good in first-person perspective as third, but still pretty viable. This is where actually we saw Evermore and Unroot destroying people. So maybe we've got a couple of teams trying to close in on them. They might have already moved, not too sure where they've gone to now. But here comes this. You know, it's all going to be taking buildings, trying to just get through the terrain as best as we can.
Mahopawanga and his teammate as well, they're just going to be chilling for a while, but they are a little bit open and exposed. Fair enough, they do have the height and they do have the curvature. Oh, Ninja spots him. Is that going to be Unroot from earlier on? Because they did have the car, so they may have drove off from it. He's just checking, making sure that he can't see him. Just dip below it. 4 times scope, moves to his scar so he can tag it up. Looking to try and take out that tire so they can't drive away. Hits the target, and now making sure. But again, compared to where the car is parked, he can't see anything beyond that hill. They can just dip down low and run away if they need to, because if he tags them with this, that AWM, it's a disgusting weapon. It just destroys.
132 damage, rips through everything. We get through level 3 helmets. Obviously limited in the amount of bullets, and that's good. But I think that was Mazzarini's team. They were backing away from this. They don't have the ground. Yeah, it is. So not a bad plan. Try and find somewhere else. Maybe go to the plane crash. You can still see the Ninja's hyper aware of this. But he's seen a really good building here, so he doesn't need to move too much.
The other good thing for him is the fact that he has the level 3 helmet, so he can just pick. Oh, someone getting a bit tasty over on the wing of the plane there. Spike's going to happily say, I'll take some pop shot, you sunshine.
Well, he's got level 3 helmet, level 3 vest on Spike here, so he's in great position. M249 not loving it, but you know, the gun is pretty beastly. Lex now caught in a predicament, and you can see the other players, just, you know, the ones who've been knocked out already, and Kirby Llama, they're finding Oshi 7, so he's been taken out. He was one of the original players over at the military island. Lex moving into where we saw Noble and TSM. Got his hands out, not got the gun out there, trying to move as fast as he can. I don't blame him, but it's a little bit scary now. Jared this time makes it away from the bikes, but he does have the blue on his back, but he's fine for now. Single fire on the AK, not sure if that's what you want him. Maybe it's how he likes to play. Maybe it's his thing, but here's Interrogate. There's the Noble boys. They're watching for this push-up. This could be TSM, this could be Lex, this could be either of them. This could be game over if they stay still for 1 second. This is why movement is so imperative here. The kills are coming in thick and fast, down to under 60 now. Taking his time until he has the perfect shot here with that scar. And once he does, he'll unleash hell.
I'll tell you what, he's just waiting, so they've got no one else to come. He spots the target. You see that blood coming in. He's going to finish that one. That was somebody
Beautiful
else.
Control.
Potentially could have been his teammate. Unfortunately, that also gives the advantage for his teammate now, who is still alive, to be able to run into cover. But you could see him. He was prized. He was waiting just to get to that right moment when they couldn't dip behind the rocks. Still in the kill feed. Chappie will kill one-shot girl, so she goes down also. That's from the M16. Big battle going on at this little shack, though. I'm not entirely sure how many people are up there. I think there's also maybe an angle that Ninja's got one on.
So you're looking at Jared here, he's not doing the wide steps or the jiggle peaks to bait the shots out, which is a bit of a problem, but actually looking at this one, losing out on your teammates, it looks like that player is very, very diligent, but he's all alone. He's using the area around him, even in first person, peeking up and over from the shed, but yeah, I want Jared just to get involved, and there's no scopes actually put on the M416 here, which is a bit of a problem, it seems. Obviously on the other side, they do have at least a 2 times, still on single fire, stimmed up. But the longer this fight goes on, the worse it gets, but his teammate is flanking, which is one benefit here. So this could be a big move coming out. Keep the attention from the player on the rock, just letting shots fly. That's from Jared. The teammates up towards the other side of things, so they should be able to close in on that one. Seeing Andy over here, kind of in a bit of an awkward spot. Needs to move soon as well, 28 seconds.
You did see previously on that last player's POV we was on, he did have the double stim. We're looking for him to try and close that door so he could at least heal his teammate rather than being an open target. But talking about the AWN, 132 damage per bullet, 910 initial bullet speed, 40,000 body hit impact. That gun is an absolute monster, and it's so everything just kind of came together for Ninja, finding that top 4 times in that building as they went to it. Meanwhile, in the kill feed, a couple coming out from these guys, Alf Players and a Nucutive. Takes down Stevo and Killer as well.
So this is going to come down to who has the buildings in this next circle, because it's not going to be a big circle, and there's a lot alive, and this is a lot of open ground. A lot of high ground play is going to come in. So the Noble Boys have basically won the fight against Mythic, but you can see that Luminosity are watching. This is a very hot spot for high-tier players, because this is where the good cover is, where the good ground is. That's where you're seeing the crunch happen here between most of the higher-tier ELO teams, and so forth and so on. Nice approach from Luminosity to keep their backs in mind. A spot of a player, single fire comes out, going to take the time on the tap, and he gets the job done. That's lovely work. I don't think that's even him who got it done, but did enough damage to tell the teammate to get a couple of the shots through to do enough. Still, checking for more. He knows it's only a knockout, so he knows the teammate is close by, just on the lip of the ridge there. But the blue is coming in. They've got to just crunch in a little bit and wait on the other side of that ridge. Will be Noble. TSM are down. Breaks knocked out here. I don't think he's going to be able to get the revive on. So again, this is a really awkward predicament. Oh, again, Vis avenging fallen teammates left, right, and center. Not going to let him go down without maybe claiming something back for it.
And he takes out his teammate as well, so that's Vis taking 2 faces. The Noble guy still inside this god tier building, looking over at Panda. We got 117 and Obang here. They're on the hillside. They're all kind of dinked up. Panda will finally be taken down. That's the M16 doing its work. AMPR also takes out Avenger. Obang does take one out on Break. Break obviously falling outside that circle center there, so he will die from the blue. Stone Mountain will also die from the blue. Everyone now starting to fall. Evermore takes out Scoom with a headshot with a Kar-98, so he lands that. 33 players remaining. Meknak 32. Jeez also finds Anti-Tinkerbell. Now it's all kicking off. Now this circle's starting to crunch people and really do the damage.
Yeah, let's have a little look at the circle if we can, whenever we get a second to wait, because you've got to see where it's moving next to. Obviously, it's not going to favor the God House. A lot of players dying out of the play zone, it seems. That people, again, if you're hesitant, if you're taking too long to get in here, you're just going to be easy pickings, and there it is. Stay in the blue too long. These guys have everything they need. Oh, great positioning for Spike here. He should land this shot. He's going in with the M249, sprays him wildly. That's a good connection on the second. That's the shot you want. Evermore is down. They have been destroyed. Yunru and Evermore both get picked up. The M249 ringing true. Mazzarini just here for the ride, sitting in the backpack of Spike, who is absolutely geared up. Threes all around, and we are seeing Noble now under pressure. TSM starting to pick apart players, but they should be able to get the revives here. There's fallback potential. 38 seconds, going to go for the revive, safe from most angles. And look at this. There's only really one building left in the next circle. Xeon's already in there. You've got Hayes in there. Cloud9 boys being the patrollers, basically on the very precipice of where people can push in, and not this side of Cloud9 either, the other team. So we'll see what they can do here, having to work their way in any second now, past the God Tier house, past all the other players. This is going to get very, very tough.
You kind of saw him with that M249 doing some work. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the biggest bullet pack when you look at how much damage it does. It's 44 per bullet. As we're saying that, Ninja takes out 2, comes in with the Scar, seals the deal. Borg knocks out TSM. Vis in the kill feed also. We're still on board with Ninja with that Scar, the silencer, and the ACOG. Still got the arm in the back pocket, so looking to do well here. He's double stimmed also, so they can get on in, but he's had to leave Chipsy behind, so now he's a one-man band. All of a sudden, Chappie, we're going with his POV, seeing one to the left, one to the right. We'll tack them up, so at least push them back, try and make some groundwork here on this hill, so he's got some cover. But Pansy, he's got the blue on the back, and it's crushing him fast.
He's doing the smart play, though. He's still got a bit of the slow side to work with, so he doesn't need to instantly commit to find his route early. But as soon as you peek up and over, he's against his teammates, and Sweater is there grinning. Great shot from Solid FPS, though. That lands perfectly, but he needs to move. There's no revive in sight. Does he take the shot with him? He does, but now look at his HP. He needs to get in. He has no time to do anything else. Heals straight away. 4 seconds on that, and now we're down to 14. Noble have their backs to the blue, which is good. They've got a bit of cover. Let's take advantage and look around, see where everyone is at this point. Whitey's still up. He was the man making love to that camera earlier on, giving us all a beautiful look at things. So he's got, again, back to the blue, very close to this. He's got the slow side of the circle down towards the southeast, but limited cover, only the dip of the hill. Certainly usable, but again, you're shooting in a very awkward predicament. AWM still in the hands of Ninja. He's going to have to go past this building that will probably have players towards it, or at least traversing through it, hearing these shots. And he should be fine for now, but yeah, lots of players behind him. He could go for an early play down through this if he wants to, but it's very risky.
We will stick in that mode for, Mazzarini.
Hayes, does he know he's that close to the 2 players? There's 2 players right behind him. That's unbelievable. He's playing the other side of the rock, basically, proning down, listening out for steps here. And Spike's going for the revive, and I'm pretty sure there's a player right next to them. Yeah, it is. Oh, but what a turn from Spike. Hayes just got decimated. Great connection from Ninja, though. That AWM just lands to the chest of Solid FPS. Nothing to be done. 8 alive now.
And now he upgrades it to an 8-time scope as well, so it's going to do some absolute damage if he spots players, just like he did. Alf players just chilling back because he knows he's in a predicament. There are players just looming on this circle. We're moving into a very tight one. He's going to be on top of a hill as well, so look for some engagements as people start to peek. He does have the shotgun in the back pocket should he need to use it up close and personal. Ninja, though, with the arm, this could be very dangerous if he manages to spot people at range. There's also that 249 still in play.
Ninja's just a solo warrior right now, and he can do it. He can pretty much be the downfall of most players. And oh my god, they just turn around and see him at the worst time. Ninja's just going to be tearing people apart, solo on HP, but he's got to keep moving, find a little bit of safety to fall into, get the heal on, get back up onto a good HP. Matt, look, he's basically decked out, still got a level 3 helmet, decent vest at the moment, got the AWM, and he's got good positioning. So he's going to be the nuisance player, but look at Xeon.
It's probably going
Xeon, are you...
He's getting a vehicle,
Xeon,
he's trying it, but I don't think he'll make it.
Why are you playing out so late, Xeon?
The amount of damage it does, it's going to take him out. So now we're down to 5 live, 2 squads, and Ninja the solo. 1 squad already inside the circle. Mazzarini and his teammate, they're going to make the way there. Ninja basically, he's going to come in at the last second. That's what he needs to do.
Look,
while both teams are going to cooperate at the top and come together, he needs to be that person who comes in and picks them off as they're arguing. Yeah,
he has to be the solo player. Basically, ignore everyone else, play it for the last one, let them fight each other. Basically, he wants to tuck himself towards the slow side of the circle, so head southeast as best he can. They're not watching this right now either, so they've got a little bit of a look towards it, but not much. He's allowing the bait to come in, lots of fire coming through. They're going to take down the car, remove some of the cover there. And Mazzarini slowly working his way in. This man's been in more LAN finals than anyone else on that stage, sitting out there next to me. He should be feeling nothing but calm right now, but there's nothing but open ground between him and getting to that victory. 5 alive, and the shot comes through, it tags him up, out in the open. Alpha's gonna be landing out shots. Beautiful work here. That scar is so accurate in his hands, but Spike is defending his teammate, and all the meanwhile, we know Ninja is waiting patiently.
He is the one that could change this. He could just creep up like he's doing now. He's letting them take the fight. There's only 4 remaining. He just needs to find some bodies and make sure that this arm finds its target every single time. Only 4 people alive. He needs to find 3 faces, 3 bodies, whatever works for him, and make sure that these bullets find the target. But remember, Spike still has his M249. If he lays down, he gets an 80% bullet advantage, because that gun, the tripod on the end of it will come out.
Wait,
he can just lay
Ninja
it down.
Might be moving in towards some of the already pre-standing players. I'm curious if he thinks there's no one here. No, he's going to run to 2. Ninja! No! He went
so
for
close.
it. He gave it all, but he made a mistake. He took the wrong choice out of the 2. He didn't know which side would have had the 2 players to the 1. He took the gamble. He didn't get the win he wanted, and now it's possible. And Spike knows it. He knows that one of the players is damaged. He's moving in now for the kill. 3 players stand. Spike, nade to hand, drops it out. Prays for a connection. Nothing there. But he has the circle. This is his game, surely.
And he has the M249, but he's not going to use it. He's going to stay here with the AKM, red dot in hand. He did just switch out for a second. His teammate's going to get the revival, goes in with another grenade, looking for a connection. Did make sure he gets...
He pushed him. He pushed him out of the tree.
Hit him in the head. He pushed him, so there goes down 1. Now he can push aggressively. I don't think he's going to have time to get the other player up. Second grenade's going to go for it. Will this find its target? Let's find out. He's going to hard scope in as well, as he does take a poke, but unfortunately doesn't find anyone.
This is what I mean. Spike then going on the wide peak. He's going aggressive.
He's going for it.
He's just playing the time. He knows that we're trying to revive. 16 bullets in the clip, and that's all he needs. Perfect play from Spike. 8 kills. Absolute dominance from the man. Showing exactly what one individual can do in this game, given the opportunity.
Spike and Mazzarini, the kings of Sosnovka, qualifying yesterday. Once again, we see another team, Pansy, that's come from the floor, playing at this professional level. They seal the deal. They take first place in our first-person duo match of today. This is, of course, a best of 3. But those 500 points in the long run, they mean so damn much. That's going to shoot them now up into first place. Bagging that on top of 8 kills also, that's a really nice little buffer.